Hello everybody, welcome to the championship of Regional King Season 2. We have Hisui versus Galar. Let's see what Galar has locked in. Rillaboom and Grimmsnarl for the lead, as opposing the Hisui lead of Hisui and Arcanine and Oval Quill. Both of these teams have made it to the pinnacle. Only one team will survive and write their name in history as the second Regional King champs. As we see a fake out come from the Rillaboom spot into the Hisui and Arcanine, a double fake out lead. What kind of sorcery is going on? Getting a little chip, potentially breaking any sashes, and not allowing anything to happen on Hisui's side of the field. The Force Torn. What a comedic start to this match from Galar. I can't tell you the last time I saw a double fake out lead. Oh, that was funny. Rillaboom has been switched out into the Galarian Slowbro. Extreme Speed is going to do not a lot of damage into the Galarian Slowbro, as Reflect is going to come out from the Grimmsnarl to protect it against physical moves, boosting its team's physical defense, as Ball Barrage is not going to do a lot of damage into that slot. The double up was intended for the Rillaboom, but Galar with Platinum smartly, very intelligently, decided to switch it out into a resist. As we have seen thus far with this tournament, there's a lot of brain games that happen between these two competitors, and a lot of positioning that will happen. As we see, the Quick Draw is going to activate. Extreme Speed is still going to go first because it is a 3 priority, and Quick Draw, I believe, is only granting 1 priority. But Earthquake is going to come out, doing massive damage into Hisui's side, but not enough, as a critical hit is going to take out the Galarian Slowbro. Granted, I am unaware of if that crit was needed in this moment, as Big Puff Daddy is going to take a bit more chip damage from this Grimmsnarl. Both of Hisui's Mons are at half HP, well, really below half HP, as we are going to see Rillaboom come back out. We do know Fake Out is in play. Which Mon will he want to fake out potentially? I believe also maybe Protect is in play. Maybe this is banded. As we see, the Extreme Speed is going to go out into the Rillaboom. Grassy Glide is going to come out, and it's going to take out the Hisui and Arcanine, as it is a powerful neutral hit. Ball Barrage is going to come out into the Rillaboom, not doing enough damage. Spirit Break is going to almost take out the Oval Quill, further lowering its special attack that it does not use. As we see, both sides of the field have taken out a member apiece. Gummy is going to decide what he brings out on Hisui's side, as he brings out Goldfinger, none other than the Hisuian Sneasler. As we have seen in Regulation H, Hisuian Sneasler is quite the powerful force with just its high attack and high speed, but also great access to different abilities, but also its signature move being Dial Claw, which I'm sure we will be seeing soon. Dial Claw is going to be able to hit a lot of the metagame for neutral and honestly super effective damage depending on the metagame and the level that you're playing at. But it's added bonus of the potential status, one of 3 different statuses that it could land. As we see, Terra Poison is going to boost the damage of this Dial Claw, while also making Fairy-type moves, now not super effective as opposed to neutral. Dial Claw is going to come out, and it's going to take out this very threatening Rillaboom. Rillaboom is one of Galar's greatest soldiers throughout this tournament. Ball Barrage is going to do more than decent damage to this Grimmsnarl, and it's also going to proc the poison, putting this Grimmsnarl on a timer as it takes out Overquill. Blows have been traded on this battlefield. The board state is evened up. Both Galar and Hisui are down to 2 apiece, but Hisui has the strong legs, being mostly healthy, whereas this Grimmsnarl is on a timer being poisoned. And also still below half health, as the Hisuian Gudra is going to come out for Hisui's side. And good old powerful, one of the best Pokemon, one of the best pseudo-legendaries introduced in Dragapult. It has a lot of synergy with VGC double-style battles due to its signature move being a homing attack. Phantom Force is going to be what he selects as he disappears. Dial Claw is going to come out into the Grimmsnarl slot, taking it out, leaving the board state for Galar, holding on to none other than this Dragapult. Will Dragapult be able to take on both of these Mons? How much damage will this incoming Phantom Force do? Phantom Force is going to come out into the Hisuian Sneasel slot and land a critical hit that probably wasn't needed because it is relatively frail, leaving just this Hisuian Gudra versus the Dragapult, as a super effective Dragon Tail is going to land into it while also not doing a lot of damage and also not switching it out due to the fact of the matter of how this functions, being that there's no Pokemon to switch out to. Dragon Tail is going to miss. Is this Dragapult banded or sashed? As this Hisuian Gudra takes massive damage, going lower in its priority bracket, it is going to do some decent damage with that super effective hit. The Reflect has worn off. Defense is no longer buffed on Galar's side of the field. Hisui has a decision to make, as this Gudra cannot be critical hitted. Not enough damage is going to be able to come out from Galar's side of the field. This Dragapult is not going to be able to pull this one out, as this Gudra is able to heal up continually with its leftovers and also Life Dew. And it also has a for sure fire way to hit as long as the accuracy doesn't screw it. Massive damage comes out, but is this Dragon Tail going to connect? It is going to connect, and Galar has been taken out in this individual match. This will be brought to Game 2 with Hisui with a lead going into this continuous portion of the match. I don't know what words I was just trying to say, but we're going into Game 2 because that's how these functions. You can't get 2 wins in one game. We are 9 minutes in, and I am losing my brain. Oh, yes. So can Galar force a Game 3, or is Hisui going to take this championship in quick fashion? Galar is going to send out Duraludon and Grimmsnarl as the same lead of Arcanine and Overquill, Hisui and Arcanine for that matter, are going to be populating the Hisui side. As we await these pilots, these competitors, to make their decisions, let's point out the fact of the matter that both of these teams have done exceptionally well in this tournament. Both of these teams are from Generation 8. Power creep is real. With the shocking... Oh, well, let's see. The Reflect is going to come out further boosting the physical defense of this team. This has helped Galar continue to be potent within this tournament. Flail Blitz is going to come out, and it's going to go ahead and take out that Grimmsnarl immediately. This Grimmsnarl is not going to be able to continue to help this team with its support moves. But on its way out, it was able to boost its team's defense for a temporary amount of time. Somewhere in between 5 and 8 turns, I believe. As this Dragapult is going to come out on the Galar side. Dragapult, as we have mentioned before, is one of the greatest pseudo-legendaries. It was definitely made with VGC in mind, with its signature move being Dragon Darts. It can do a combination of breaking sashes. It can avoid protects via hitting the other Mon, or if no Mon is protected, it can hit both. Or if there's a sudden fairy type on the field, it can lock into the correct target. As it is going to do just a little bit of damage to this Overquill, bringing it down further, putting it in dangerous KO range, and doing chip damage to the Hisui and Arcanine as it does decent chip damage into this very, very bulky Duraludon. Flash Cannon is going to go ahead and take out the Overquill. As the board state has been matched, this is a 3v3. Neither team appears to really be ahead in this moment. But as we were discussing right before, the unexpected exit of Paldea in this tournament did shake things up. Paldea was a combination of not piloted well, but also Kalos played back-to-back matches very perfectly to be able to squeak past Paldea in a big upset. It was a very wonderful match. Huge congratulations to Platinum for being able to pilot the Kalos team that he did not make, I might add. He piloted it very well. He was able to look at the sets and dominate with it. This Hisui squad has a lot of power behind it, and also has a very bulky member in the Hisui and Gudra. And this Galar squad also has a very bulky member in this Duraludon, thanks to it getting an evolution in Generation 9. Let's see how this turn goes, as Terastallization is going to come out into none other than the Dragapult's slot, Terra Dragon, removing its weaknesses from Ghost, but also further boosting its power output with Dragon Darts, as it is going to land the Dragon Darts into the Hisui and Sneasel, doing massive damage and taking out the Hisuian Arcanine. Sneasel is going to use close combat into the Duraludon slot, landing potentially an unnecessary critical hit. As we have seen all throughout this tournament, I don't believe any of these critical hits has truly mattered, but it's been cool to see them throwing around. The board state is yet again reset, as it is a 2v2, as none other than Rillaboom comes out again. Now, I believe both of these Mons are banded or scarfed in some sort of way. So whatever moves are selected on Galar's side of the field are going to be its moves for the rest of the battle. I believe. The set could have switched in between. If not, we are about to see a fake out. Probably into none other than this Hisuian Sneasel slot. As this Hisuian Gudra is going to Terra Bug to be able to take neutral hits from attacks, as Fake Out is going to take out this Hisui and Sneasel, revealing that this Rillaboom is not banded or sashed Dragon Darts is going to come out, and it was always going to do neutral damage. I could be wrong of remembering, but it does massive damage, as Shelter is going to boost its defense further. This Mon is very hard to take out with how bulky it is, with its ability not allowing to take critical hits, and its move pool being able to massively boost its defense and heal up. As we see critically, Body Press is going to be able to land into this Dragapult now. Even though this Terra type was able to boost its defenses, it also is going to hinder it in being able to allow it to take fighting type damage, as Dragon Darts is going to dually go into this Hisui and Galar slot, bringing it almost near death. Body Press is going to do a lot of damage, but nowhere near enough. Not even half damage. It appears this Hisui and Galar is not going to be able to hold its own for the rest of this match. And it appears that Galar is going to move on to a third matchup. It is going to be going to Game 3. This championship is going to be decided by the outcome of this next match. All of this entire tournament is going to be decided after one more match, as that was a great showing, a dominant performance by Galar to force a Game 3. Let's see what these two competitors have cooked up for this final match of the set. The final match of Regional King Season 2. As Grimmsnarl and Duraludon come out, as we see none other than the Hisui and Electrode that we haven't seen much of this tournament, and the Pokemon of Overquill that I briefly forgot its name. This Hisui and Electrode can support its team well with the Rain Dance, a very fast Rain Dance, I might add. Fake Out is going to go into that Hisui and Electrode spot. I'm going brain dead because I haven't used its name much in this tournament. As the Ball Barrage is going to go super effectively into the Grimmsnarl and get a poison off, as Draco Meteor is going to miss. Oh, what a travesty for Galar, as that huge damage would have been great on turn 1. We don't necessarily know who he was targeting in that moment, but it could have very much so well taken out that Hisui and Electrode and done massive damage into the Overquill, as Reflect is going to come out for the Grimmsnarl to protect against physical moves to boost its defense, as the Rain Dance is going to come out, which synergizes well with this team. Liquidation is going to expeditiously come out, boosted in power, but also boosted in speed. This Overquill is going to be a problem, as Thunder Wave is going to come out. What a call! Galar knew that the Rain Dance was going to come out, so it needed to get the speed drop to be able to maybe bring this Overquill back into a normal speed range. Dragapult is going to come out for Galar's side. Will this Dragapult be able to outspeed the paralyzed Overquill, who has the swift swim boost? Surely it will. Surely it will. The other thing that I failed to mention about the rain is, which has been revealed but I didn't see, if there is a Basculegion, it is also going to potentially get at least damage output buffs from the water type moves, as this Hisui and Galar is going to come out. Dragon Dart is going to hit into the Hisui and Galar for neutral damage, and so is it going to hit Overquill, as Overquill did not outspeed, but it does just a little tiny bit of puny chip into the Duraludon slot, as it is taken out by the Draco Meteor from the Duraludon. It actually connects. Duraludon is going to be lowering its special attack. We will see if that will come into play later on in the tournament. We will also see this, none other than the Basculegion, which I did call out, is going to be able to benefit from this rain. Now, I do believe this is an adaptability Bascule Legion, so it's not going to get a speed boost, but it will be able to get a damage boost for whatever water type move it might select. Maybe being Wave Crash. The Dragapult is going to smartly remove itself, afraid of the Last Respects landing into it. Rillaboom is going to come out, set up Grassy Surge, and it also is potentially going to be taking massive damage coming in from Last Respects. Does not enough damage. Draco Meteor is going to miss for a second time in this match. Body Press is going to land and not do a lot of damage. All things considered, not a lot of damage was given out this turn. The rain continues to fall for this moment. As my screen goes blank, I lost my tracking for just a moment. This is a slow game of chess here between these two wonderful competitors. Each of these two wonderful competitors know their matchups well and know the opposing team very well also. Galar is going to go ahead and terrestrialize this Rillaboom slot into the grass type to be able to further boost its damage. Grassy Glide is going to come out. Being priority and boosted with the Grassy Surge, it is going to take out the... oh my gosh, the Bascule Legion. As Draco Meteor is going to land into this Hisui and Gudra slot. Hisui has now been put on a back leg, but we see this Gudra's defense is being boosted further. Taking advantage of all the passive healing that it's getting, it's going to head and trying to further boost its defense to be able to combat this Rillaboom across the way. As Dragapult is still in the back, it's going to need that physical defense. It doesn't appear to be scared of this Duraludon, as it is further lowering its special attack with every Draco Meteor that decides to land. And if it doesn't decide to land, well, it takes no damage. Both of these teams are very potent. Both of these teams are very strong. I'm sorry for being so generic in this moment, as the Duraludon is going to switch out so it can reset its special attack for future potential damage, as Dragapult is going to come out, potentially calling out that maybe he thinks that he's going to be taking a body press into that slot. Hisui and Gudra is going to terrestrialize into the bug type to be able to now take a resisted hit from Grassy Glide to further enhance its staying power. Electro Ball is going to go out into the resisted Dragapult slot, and it's not going to do a lot of damage, also considering that it isn't faster, and that's how Electro Ball works. Hisui and Gudra is going to go ahead and boost its defense as it takes still a resisted high horsepower due to the switch to Terra Bug. In this exact moment, I don't believe there was any super effective hit that can hit this Hisui and Gudra, as its defenses might be to the max. No, it has the opportunity to boost its defense one more time, looking at that PP. Grassy Glide is going to come out, as it's going to be Rillaboom's strongest move, doing more than decent damage into this Hisuian Electrode slot, as Dragon Darts is going to finish taking out the Hisuian Electrode and get a little bit of chip into this Hisui and Gudra, and Hisui and Gudra successfully gets off the shelter at maximum defense versus two physical attackers and a special attacker in the back. Will this Hisui and Gudra be able to hang on for this tournament for its dear life, to be able to get a victory for Hisui, showcasing its power, to be able to get it a championship for its Regional King Season 2? Grassy Glide is going to come out doing minimal damage. Dragon Darts is going to come out doubly so, continuing to do minimal damage. Body Press is going to go out into the Rillaboom slot, and it's going to take Rillaboom out. Oh, Body Press gets ever so more powerful with the defensive boosts from Shelter. Body Press, as we know, takes the user's physical defense into the damage calculations as opposed to its physical attack like most moves would do. And it attacks the opposing Pokemon's physical defense. Now this Grassy Surge has disappeared from the field. Duraludon is going to come out. Not a lot of special attack in this Duraludon, but its negative special attack has been negated due to switching out. Dragon Dart is going to come out doing minimal damage. Draco Meteor is going to go out into the Hisui and Gudra doing more than decent damage. Body Press is going to come out and it's going to take out Duraludon, leaving a 1-on-1 of none other than the Dragapult, the pseudo-legendary for Generation 8, versus the Hisui and Gudra, the regional form of a pseudo-legendary for Hisui. All-out power versus all-out defense. Who shall win? Dragon Dart is going to do minimal damage, doing around 12 for each hit. Life Dew is going to be able to restore some HP, definitely more HP than it just took, as none other than Leftovers is going to further boost its HP. Dragon Dart is going to come out again. Still not doing a lot of damage, bringing it down to pretty much what it was before the Leftovers, as Dragapult is going to avoid the Dragon Tail. Oh my gosh, so many twisted turns in this battle. Dragapult isn't really doing a lot of damage above the Leftovers recovery. It's doing a little bit more damage than Leftovers recovery, but not significantly so, as Dragon Tail is going to do more than half damage. This Hisui and Gudra just has to land one more Dragon Tail, and this match will be over. It appears that Hisui is in the driver's seat unless it misses all of its remaining Dragon Tails. Not enough damage is going to come out of the Dragapult slot, as Dragon Tail is going to game, set, match. Hisui is your Regional King Season 2 champion! Hisui and Gudra taking out most of the competition in that final match to secure the victory. This has been Regional King Season 2. Welcome to your new champions in Hisui. This has been great. Gummy out.